What's up guys, my name is Mars, welcome back to another video. Here back on F1 2018 with the 2019 mod installed by Krisdix. The download link of the mod is going to be on the description. And today we're doing a challenge for the first time in this channel. We're going to do a challenge, that is the slowest car challenge. I know that many YouTubers did this challenge. I think every F1 YouTuber did this challenge. If you're saying you're copying me, basically everyone is copying each other. So yeah, so shut up. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, basically today we're going to do the slowest car challenge. We're going to jump on the Williams of Kubica, and we're going to do a 25% race around Austria, and that is my strongest track, so I think it's the best chance to score a single point. That is always the objective of this slowest car challenge, but I don't know if we are going to do it, because yeah, it's a Williams, and this car should be a boat on the corners. And yeah, talking about boats, this is going to be under rain conditions, so it can make things harder, but it can make things easier, because when we are under rain, what matters generally is the driver and not the car. The car obviously is a factor, but not that much wear in the rain. So let's see what we can do already in our first lap in the Williams. By the way, this is my first time driving the Williams in the 2019 mod, and what I can say of this car, Jesus, it's an absolute boat. As I said, this car wasn't turning in the first laps, but then I was getting used to it. I couldn't give I can't give a detailed behavior of the car, because we are on the wet. Maybe if the race is wet again, probably I'm going to do a video, another video of a slowest car challenge, but in dry conditions. But here we are on our lap. Things going pretty smoothly at the moment. I'm just taking care, getting used to the conditions. You know, it's always like that. We're going to improve always in the next lap. We're going to cross a line to set a 1:17.0. So yeah, 9 tenths behind the Renault Volkenberg, so it's not bad. In real life Williams, I can tell you that we should be 1.3 seconds behind a midfield, the best midfield car, that is the Renault or the Haas. So we are looking good. Here we are already improving on our 3 tenths up on our previous best. So yeah, like I said, at the moment we are in P10, but a lot of people are still to set a fastest lap. We go a little bit off to the grass, but yeah, the car is alive, and we are promoted into P8 and faster than Lance Stroll. So yeah, these wet conditions are really helping us out. Maybe I have to do, like I said, another slowest car challenge in dry conditions with a harder track, for example, like Monaco. So these were my first 2 laps, yeah, getting used to it. So but the car in the corners was a lot of understeer, I can tell you. So a lot of understeer in this car. But here we go to my best lap of this session. We have time for 2 laps, but the penultimate lap was my best lap. So heading to turn 1. Yeah, in this turn, comparing to AI, I'm very strong. So that we have the Renault of Hulkenberg. Let's see if we can get some slipstream. Thank you so much for that, Hulkenberg. And we're going to move on. 3 tenths up already. So the conditions around Austria are improving a lot. And yeah, Magnussen is in a slow lap, so I hope he gets blue flags. We get a little bit of oversteer. This corner is always very hard to me on the game, because yeah, again, tons of understeer. It's an off-camber corner, I think. But half of the lap up, we're going to up off inside of Magnussen. That doesn't get out of the way. We gave him a squeeze, and we lost 2 tenths or something like that. So yeah, not very good. But yeah, unfortunately this was our best lap, because the tires maybe were a little worn out, because we can't abuse the tire, because I think there were going to be wet conditions in the end. But this zone was in the first laps a little bit of a torture, because this car understeers like crazy. But let's move on. But in the next runs I was feeling more comfortable. The same with this corner, heading to the last corner, use all the track, using the curb, so we are very confident for now, improving by 4 tenths, and we're going to cross the line with a 1:16.2, and we're going to be promoted in P14. We didn't improve in the next lap, but it was the position that we finished, it was P14, so looking very good if you want to score points. But we have some work to do on the race, and it seems that we're going to have some intermediate conditions. Unfortunately, our teammate is going to start from last, because I think he didn't do a last run. So yeah, he's going to start on last. But let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can score points. Let me know in the comments. Now pause the video if we're going to get points or not. And yeah, let's go to the race and let's see what we can do.
Welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg. It's race day and the cars are already on the grid as the drivers complete their final preparations ahead of lights out. It's a short lap here in Spielberg with just 10 corners, 7 rights and 3 lefts, making up the total distance of 2.6 miles. And expect to see a lot of cars running wide today, especially through the last corner, as the wet conditions make the cars skittish through the downhill sections. Joining me on this very wet day is a man who's no stranger to driving in miserable conditions. Anthony Davidson, you've driven open cockpit, you've driven sports cars. How does the wet weather experience change between the different disciplines?
Well, I wouldn't say there's much difference in all honesty. You know, besides the terrifying closing speeds you find in sports cars with the different categories all sharing the same track, driving in the rain is, well, driving in the rain. Of course, the biggest difference between the two is the closed cockpit versus the open cockpit. You get the luxury of staying dry in the sports car, but if your screen ever gets dirty, well, that's a pit stop, not just wiping your visor or pulling away a tear off. But most of the time, you know, they're both as miserable as each other, to be honest.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, Jeff, and welcome guys to the Austrian Grand Prix, starting in P14 in the Williams. So yeah, in terms of scoring points in this race is looking very good. We're going to start on the full wets, but then the rain is going to ease off as the laps go by. So let's see what we can do underfuel the car, because yeah, we're going to have to go in lean revs. So 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. And let's see what we can do once again. It was actually a nice start, but then the second phase wasn't very good. The acceleration of this Williams is absolutely horrendous. Heading to turn 1, above the inside of Perez and Kvyat. And now you're going to see we have the same engine, me and Perez, but then the acceleration of this Williams is absolutely dreadful. And yeah, that was the start, but let's see if we can gain some places, because remember, the objective of this challenge is always score some points. And here we go, talking about scoring points. We are already in P10, but remember, Grosjean is going to have a better acceleration. We made a triple overtake, and there's go Grosjean. There is a proximity arrow, sorry. And yeah, let's try to defend that off. We're going to break a little bit earlier, because remember, we have Magnussen, and we don't want to go to the back of him, but we hold Grosjean. And after the half a lap, we are in P10, so it's looking very good to score points. And yeah, now trying to chase down Magnussen is going to be very hard. Already catch him, and even more maybe try to maintain this P10. But heading to the first corner, we made a little bit of contact with Magnussen, so maybe this is a strong point for us, is the first corner. And now there's Grosjean trying once again. We're going defensive, because yeah, I think it's the best way in this car. We're going to try to brake. We made a little bit of contact. Maybe I closed too much the door. Sainz going side by side with Hulkenberg. We're going to squeeze Grosjean off. And yeah, that's job done. And now trying to catch Kevin Magnussen once again. We maintained the distance, so I was actually at this moment very surprised, putting almost the 4 wheels off the track, but no corner cut warning or a penalty. So yeah, that's really useful, I can say. But there's Magnussen going on the outside of Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz trying to defend that off. We made a little bit almost contact with Sainz. We were trying to very close to Magnussen, try to be in this slipstream. But yeah, the acceleration is something that yeah, in this Williams is pretty horrendous, and is really penalizing us. But at this moment I'm very happy, very surprised with the pace in P10, and maybe we can try P9 or P8, because these guys are squabbling, and we're going to try to prepare our exit. Magnussen has already made this move. Sainz going a little bit slow, lost the momentum with the battle with Haas. We're going to try to turn off the inside, and can we make that stick squeeze him off? And that's us into P9, but we have team radio.
The heavy rain will pass in about 5 minutes. We'll then be working with light rain conditions.
It seems that soon we're going to dress a brand new set of intermediate tires, because the rain is starting to ease off. And from these laps, nothing much happened, but that was a beautiful overtake on Carlos Sainz. So yeah, now doing some regular laps as the laps go by, and wait for the the time for intermediate tires, and as you can see on the pit is one of the Ferraris, so he surely is pitting for intermediates, and that shows that it's time for intermediate tires. So we're going to pit on the next lap and try to gain some time on these guys, because as you can see, no one is going through the pit, so maybe we are risking too much. Maybe it's too early for intermediates, but yeah, it's that time on the race that intermediates and the wet tires have the same pace, but like we saw in the radar, the rain is going to ease off, so I think intermediate tires is the best option for now. Maybe we're going to struggle with 1 or 2 laps, but yeah, I think it's the best option, and I think it was scheduled no rain for the final stages of the race. So going out of the pits, we are in P17. In front of us is our teammate in wet tires, so he's absolutely nowhere near, and we are doing a mega job at the moment. I can say this rain is really helping us out, and yeah, it's Austria, one of my best tracks, so it's the best chance to score points, like I said in the beginning of the video. But look at the traction and difference between me and George Russell on this slipstream. Let's see who breaks later. It's going to be me, obviously. We are much confident. He has 1 wet tires, not that worn, but yeah, we have newer and intermediate tires, and I think now the conditions are for intermediate tires. And now ahead of us is Alex Albon. At the moment we are in P14, and yeah, for the moment it's looking very good. These guys are not pitting for wet tires as we won wide. That's not very good, and we have to score points, remember. So that's not very good. A warning for exceed track limits, but now we are very close on Alex Albon on lap 11, so 9 laps to go. So we have plenty of time to gain places, and down off the inside on that corner, and now on signs in the same lap. So yeah, it's a Renault engine. We have the Mercedes engine that is an absolute rocket ship, and we're going to down off the inside, heading to the first corner. We are very confident in this session. Because yeah, I was very surprised in that area, in that braking zone, the AI braking very late, so we get most of that. And now, as you can see, a lot of people, the front runners, doing fastest lap. Gasly, Verstappen, Hamilton, and yeah, Verstappen was the best lap. So definitely it's time for intermediate tires. We have the 2 hours ahead with wet tires, so yeah, maybe the best option they thought is stay out, but here we go, slipstream on Raikkonen. He's going defensive, and ahead of him, not that far, is Giovinazzi. We're going to break a little bit earlier because remember we have Giovinazzi, and we're going to run to the back of him and lose the front wing, because at the moment this is looking very good, and we are in P11, and now Giovinazzi is on the point, so we are very close to score some good points today. And yeah, let's see, breaking a little bit late. We're going to make the dive bomb of the century on Antonio Giovinazzi, and that's us into P10. And now it's Daniel Ricciardo on the Renault in lap 16, so it took some time to catch the Renault, but yeah, it's looking very good. Stay out on wets as well. And ahead of us is the Renault of Hulkenberg that actually pitted for intermediate. So Renault taking different strategies. That is interesting, I can say. So yeah, preparing our exit, miss the apex, but remember we have that Mercedes engine to help us out. So overtake mode on the ERS not a problem in wet races because the braking zones are very big. Lando Norris out of the race, so that doesn't matter. We're going up of the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, and that's us into P9. So very nice move, making very nice moves on this race. And after that, that was pretty much it. And we're going to score points in the Williams. So challenge accomplished. Maybe I have to do a challenge on dry conditions to see how is the behavior of the car. But yeah, guys, mission accomplished. And yeah, very happy with this P9. Get in there.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today.
And that was the race, guys. So yeah, P9 on the Williams. So yeah, it's possible to score points in this game with this Williams. So yeah, definitely the rain really helped us out. In terms of stopping in the race, I can see it depends of the teams, because the Alfa Romeos were very down the order and they didn't stop, yeah, they gained some places, but the front runners all stopped, and they maintained the positions, and Lewis Hamilton won the race. So yeah, it depends. Unfortunately, our teammate didn't stop. Maybe the best option was stop, but yeah, at least we score points. It would be even better with the double Williams points, but yeah, that's kind of impossible, I can say. But yeah, very happy with this result. Tell me if you guys enjoyed this video and if you want to see more challenges on the channel. Leave a like if you enjoy Scott Chen of News, see more Formula 1 content. And yeah, and if you guys want more challenges, surely that I'm going to do more. But yeah, now it's time to say goodbye. My name is Smash, and I'll see you guys next time.